shaken, and unfiltered.
Welcome to Shaken and Unfiltered, a cocktail of conversation where two longtime girlfriends, one Gen X and one millennial, sip, swear, and spill the kind of midlife truths you only hear after 2 martinis. Slightly stirred, always served straight up.
And we're back, drinks in hand, mics on. Are we ready to go?
Let's go.
Welcome back to Shaken and Unfiltered. I'm Jen.
I'm Lindsey.
Today's episode and topic is a little edgy, right? A little spicy. To tee this up, I'm going to share a little backstory and kind of how this evolved. So we've had conversations, obviously, in the past about being midlife and body, sexuality, all the things. So this morning, early, Rise and Shine went and had a mammogram, which I've had several now, but it's just funny how you go from being in your 20s and you're very modest and shy, especially when you have your first baby and you're breastfeeding, you had the blankets over you and all the things, to being in a room with like the loosely tied pink robe, all the women who are about ready to get their boobs like squished and moved. And it's just such a surreal thing that you're in this room with this woman that you've never met and she's manipulating your breasts, taking pictures of you, and then you leave.
Yeah, that's
kind of what it is. Yeah. And we're just like, midlife.
I can speak from the itty bitty titty committee. It is the most pain because they're like,
so you've had a baseline, you've had yours already,
multiple, yeah,
okay, yeah,
and it is so painful because they're basically just trying to get my rib cage into a pancake, and there's nothing there. Like they're just basically titty twisting me,
right? I always wondered, and this is kind of creepy and weird, but like if there was actual like photography of these boobs smashing glass, like. Would that be on like OnlyFans or
sure
Pornhub somewhere? Like the mammogram breasts are all like stretched out and
somebody's gonna get off to that.
Yeah. Very interesting. So here we are now dealing with all the tests and the things we do with our bodies now.
Did you have to get a PAP too?
No, they changed the rules on how often they're doing
like 5 years now, right?
Yeah, and then I was told like after a certain age they just don't even do it anymore.
Fuck it,
which is crazy because I hear the STDs are like rampant in the retirement homes.
Oh yeah, like they only have a little bit left, so
just ride till you die.
All right, so transitioning about talking about our bodies and stuff. I look back at photos of myself in my 20s and I was like, what was I worried about?
Right.
What? Why was I so,
I was the most self-conscious in my 20s out of any like decade of my life.
100%.
Well, maybe teens, I'd say, but 20s is hard because I think you have expectations of what you should be then. When you're a teen, you're just like, I just want to have boobs.
Right.
And you're just like worried about that.
Yeah. 20, you're like, I'm grown up and I still don't have boobs.
Yes.
Like, I think I missed the boat on that one. But yeah, and thank goodness that we did not have social media back then. Just the pictures that I do have in photo albums of like my college days, I'd be mortified.
Oh God,
I'd be
I know.
Mortified.
Well, have you seen some of my early pictures of my large hair and all the things in high school?
No, but you need to definitely share.
We'll do that for our next episode. Okay.
So then when you get pregnant and all of a sudden your body changes completely and it like things like people's feet get bigger.
Right.
Like, that is insane. And I actually got boobs when I was pregnant. That was the only good thing about it.
Did you like having boobs?
Oh, it was unbelievable. I wore the most inappropriate low-cut things to work just because, and like, just when I was talking or presenting, just making sure that I was sticking them out. Or, obviously my belly was way bigger, but
and then you had the baby and you were leaking and then that just like killed the whole
vibe.
Oh,
yeah. They went away immediately. It was like
nothing like big boobs that are starting to leak in the meeting. That's always fun.
Well, and the irony of it all is that they're so big and beautiful because they're full and round, but they hurt so bad.
And the stretch marks.
I got
horrific stretch marks.
Did they go away?
Yeah, they went away, but it was
faded.
like overnight. My tits went up like multiple sizes and cups, like huge.
I was worried about stretch marks, so I was doing all the oil, the like balm stuff. Yeah. So, but I never got stretch. I guess I didn't ever get that big, but yeah, so then you go and have a baby and there's all these people in a room watching you try to nurse and like manipulating your boob into the kid's mouth and there's no shame at that point. You're nursing in public.
Everything's just out there.
Oh, yeah.
So that's probably the most humiliating time of your life. But what's interesting is that having gone through all that as midlife women and moms and all the tests we get and all the birth and all that I think that sex is still kind of a topic that has taboo and some shame with it. Yeah. And I think we're getting more comfortable with our sexuality as we're older, but just being really honest about like sex, whether it's with your partner or with girlfriends or whatever, I think still is a little bit embarrassing and shameful.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Taboo is a good word for that. Yeah. All right, so let's jump into that because should we talk about our fun little
field trip we did today? Yes. So on that topic, trying to break down some barriers and get some more information, Lindsey and I went on a little adventure to our local sex toy shop to try to get some information and just, I think there's been times where you like do the duck and cover and you're running, whether it's for like a bachelorette present or maybe something for yourself, whatever. It's humiliating. I don't know why, but it shouldn't be.
A funny story about this is Jen and I pull up and she's like, gosh, I haven't been to this store. It was Dr. John's, which by the way, they were amazing. But Jen goes, I haven't been to this store in like 100 years. And I was like, oh, I've probably been here, earlier than that. And we walk in and the sales lady was like, hey, yeah, oh, you're back.
And she's great customer service.
Yeah, she's only worked there since January.
Where everyone knows your name.
Yeah, that was a little bit humiliating.
But also heartwarming and endearing.
No, she remembered me. Yeah.
Lindsey and I thought we would go in and just kind of get the lowdown. Let's do a 101 on toys, all the accessories, the things that, come into play, whether you're single, you're married, you're a little bit older and things aren't quite as, lubed up as they were.
The good, bad, and ugly.
Yeah, all of it.
Okay, wait, read our stats real quick.
Okay, just to tee up a few of the things we'll be talking about. More than 2/3 of women in the U.S. now own at least one sex toy, which means if you feel like you're the only one who doesn't, statistically, you might actually be the outlier, right? Which I think it's actually higher than that.
I would think so, too.
8 out of 10 women there probably have a vibrator somewhere in their house.
Yeah.
I'd say for sure. Yep. And here's the part I love. Some surveys show that women over 40 may actually own more toys than younger women.
I would believe that.
Yeah, I would too.
Well, number one, because they're actually really expensive. But
yes, true. And also, I think that younger, you're just more prolific. Your hormones are raging, which makes for just better sex and just you feel better. All the things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to do myths? Yeah.
Let's go to some myths, and then we'll talk about our adventure.
Okay, I'm going to read the myth, and you tell what the reality is.
Okay.
All right. Myth number 1: sex toys are only for single people.
When in reality, most toy owners are in relationships. It's not a replacement. It's a guest appearance or an enhancer.
Okay. And this goes back to our education at Dr. John's is because there are those people out there. I'm not one of them. I love sex toys, but there are those people that are like, I don't need them, blah, blah, blah. Yeah,
or they won't even mention it that they've ever used one. And
Right. But our lovely salesperson told us that
she was fabulous.
Yeah. She was like, no, why wouldn't you? She's like, yeah, sex with your man is good, but if you get an opportunity to make it better, why wouldn't you? So I thought that was interesting. Myth number 2, using toys means something is wrong with your sex life.
Yeah, I think that there's a stereotype with that.
Yeah.
That if you're needing a sex toy, that you're not able to have good sex, you're not climaxing, all the things. But that is absolutely a myth.
Yeah. I equate it to if you're eating a meal, you have hands and you could just eat the food with your hands, but why wouldn't you use silverware? It's just better.
True. Yes.
All right. Myth number 3, they're complicated.
They're pretty straight fucking forward, right?
Yeah, it's
straightforward.
I mean, well, I did learn a lot.
Well, yes. Well, there's a whole variety. I will edit that by saying majority of the ones that most are common are very straightforward, but all the variants of them are fascinating and complicated. So I will agree to that.
So yes and no, right? Like you can get them as complicated as you want.
Yes.
Yeah. Or as like dumbed down.
As 101.
Yeah.
Yep.
Myth number 4, they're only for younger women.
Women over 40 are one of the fastest growing groups and markets for these types of products. And actually our associate, Nisha, told us that she has a lady who comes in who's 75 years old and wipes out all the stock they have of one of their products.
Her favorite product. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So good on grandma.
Right.
Myth number 5, your partner will be intimidated.
Yeah. I think that goes back to are you not being satisfied? Is he lacking something? Or is it like the ick factor where he doesn't want to do things, for your partner, for, whatever? I think that's, again, cliche. Who knows? That could be true in some situations, but
there's probably other issues going on if that's a problem.
Yeah. Communication.
Yeah.
Because if you're not communicating and you're not comfortable enough with your partner to talk about what you like or your body or whatever, then you're right. Absolutely. There's some other underlying dynamics.
Myth number 6, buying them is embarrassing.
I don't think that's a myth. I think that it is. I think that's why online sales have just skyrocketed.
Yeah.
And like we were saying, It is. You don't know who, I guess you don't know what to expect walking in. It's a whole store of things. You're just like, oh my God, where do I even begin?
Yeah.
Who's going to see me there?
Yep.
The whole process. So I think that's not a myth. I think that's an actual like fact.
I would agree. But what I learned from our field trip, which again, we'll talk about a little bit more in a minute, is that you don't know what you're missing out on if you're just buying online. Like I learned so much going in there, and the plethora of options and like what the nuance of each one. And it was, I actually think that it would be a disservice to you and your partner if you were just doing online, you're only buying what you know.
I think what they could do to help market this in a better way is offer like a consultation. Like you could go online and schedule like a 15-20 minute like session with Nisha and just have her walk you through it. That to me feels like an appointment, and it's one-on-one, and you can ask questions, and it's not just like you walking in like deer in the headlights.
Or even doing it like virtually.
Oh, completely, like a Zoom.
Yeah.
Right? You could just show things, and you could just like listen. And
I wonder if they even do
Excellent
like
idea.
YouTube videos, that they could post on their website or social.
I'm sure they do. They said they do TikToks.
Jen the marketer. All right, myth number 7, you need a whole drawer of them.
Some people do, but I don't know. I guess if you find what you like, then you stick with that.
I have a friend
Just
who...
like toys with kids. You have a whole toy box, you got a few that are your favorite.
Right.
You know?
I have a friend that does has a monthly subscription.
Oh, like the little the box that shows up.
Yep,
Like the treat box.
Blue
the Jack in the Box.
Yeah, the blue apron, but the apron is
The French maid.
yeah. So yes, she has a box. They're huge and intimidating.
If you want them to be. Yeah. Again, I think just like people, all sizes, all styles, whatever.
Yep.
It's just the whole collection.
Myth number 9, they replace intimacy. I disagree.
I could see how that could be a factor if you're secretive about it and you're again going back to communication.
Yeah.
That you're not able to tell your partner that something could change or be different or better, and you're doing it kind of on the side.
Oh, just by yourself?
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, I guess. It's just if you're intentionally hiding it from your partner, it's either because of a communication issue, I think, or I don't know, maybe that's just the hot part of it. I have no idea.
Yeah. Okay. Myth 10, we should have figured this out in our 20s.
Should we have?
No. When we were at the store, Nisha was telling us that she had a mom come and bring her daughter in when she was going off to college. And she, I think, while that is a little odd, I think, I wish somebody would have, taken me and done that.
But I think that's where masturbation is still cliche and there's still stigma with it.
Yeah.
Right? So saying the M word with especially with your parent, right?
Yeah.
Is not normal, usually a little uncomfortable. I totally get that. But I think in your 20s, it's, I don't know, maybe it's more about exploration of what you like and then, sharing it with your partner or partners because you're still so young in your life.
Yeah.
Right? But when you're older, I think there's different reasons and purposes that you seek, additional accessories with.
Well, and I go back to, I think I personally feel more comfortable with my body as I'm older.
Yes, absolutely.
So I think part of that too is in my 20s, I would have maybe been a little intimidated.
Yeah.
To even explore new things.
Yeah. 50s Jen is way different than 30s or 20s Jen.
Right.
1000%.
Yeah.
So now that we've kind of talked through some of the general myths that we have out there, we're going to share some stats that I think are actually quite interesting. So to validate some of the points that we're saying, we're going to jump into some stats. Most women own a sex toy. About 82%, to be exact, of women in the U.S. now own at least one sex toy. And ownership has grown significantly over the last decade, compared to 75% of men.
That, I believe, because the other stat that we talked about earlier said 2/3 of all women. 82%?
But then 75% of men do, which that is surprising to me.
Do you think...
Isn't a hand a toy?
Do you think the sex toy... Well, you could say that about women, too.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Do you think the sex toy for the man is, for him to use on the woman, or do you think it's for himself?
Excellent question.
Yeah. Because we did, again,
also, I think it depends on... what you like. Are you into men, women? I think it's all relative, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Men often spend more per purchase. Data from online retailers show men spend about 19% more per order on sex toys than women on average. More complicated, better taste, more techie.
I think I think there could be any opportunity to make it more often better. They're gonna throw money.
They're gonna upgrade.
Yeah.
They're like the car, all the package,
the bells and whistles,
all of it. Yep, exactly. Half of Americans use them regularly. About 50% of Americans report using sex toys weekly. I say that's about. It seems, on point.
Yep.
However, Europeans actually buy more toys than Americans. Studies suggest Europeans purchase sex toys at a higher rate than most Americans do. And I say that. I think that
Makes sense.
Europeans in general are far more evolved than we are because of their comfort with sex and sexuality. Like, they're very aspirational, I think.
Just more open in
more
multiple
open
ways.
and not making it so goddamn taboo, right?
Yeah.
Online shopping, as we know, has changed everything. About 70% of sex toys in the U.S. are purchased online rather than in stores. I totally believe that, right? It's all the things that come in the discreet packaging, whether it's toys, pills, enhancers, all the things, which makes total sense, right?
And time to like make a separate stop at the sex shop.
And you can read reviews. You can do your research on it, right? Yeah.
And then oftentimes, like a lot of like, my purchases have been because my girlfriends have been like, oh my gosh, you have to try this or this one, right? And so then I just go and buy it.
Right, on recommendations, exactly. Yep. Which is interesting because they say that North America actually leads the global market because of attitudes around sexual wellness have shifted so much. I don't think that to me is strange that North America is. Isn't that kind of contradictory to say that Europeans are?
Yeah.
I challenge that stat. Okay. Overall, there's a measurable relationship happiness link. Sex toy owners are 20% more likely to report being happy in their relationships.
Ah, I believe that.
Communication, connection, comfortability.
And keeping it spicy.
Keeping it spicy.
Yeah.
Yep. More than half of women have used a vibrator. I would believe that.
I found my mom's vibrator when I was a kid.
You did? Did you ask her about it?
I didn't know what it was, but it was clearly hidden.
Did you take it out and play with the Barbies with it?
I probably I think I was searching for Christmas presents. It was like in her closet.
It was like your Star Wars lightsaber. Oh, pancakes.
Oh yeah. And then it like turned on and I got scared and I didn't know how to turn it off. And it was very mortifying for me.
As a kid, that kind of stuff is shocking.
Yeah.
You're just like, what is happening? Yeah.
Yeah, you can't just keep it in your nightstand anymore.
Yes. More than half of American women have used a vibrator, which is honestly way more normal than most of us were raised to believe. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Especially our generation.
Oh, completely. Yeah.
Generations.
Parents talk differently with their kids about sex now than they did, I think, when I was growing up. 10 years older than you. And
definitely.
Then,
Did you talk to your boys about sex and masturbation? And
actually, it's so sad to say. I think I deflected to have their dad talk to them about it. I think as they got older and as teenagers, I talked to them more about sex and relationships and being safe and all the things. And I wanted them to feel comfortable. Yeah. And so that's why we sent them up to college with condoms and the whole thing. Yeah. I want them to feel comfortable and not shame with it, which is kind of how I was raised to feel. So
and don't knock a girl up.
Yes, which then falls back to me having to support another kid, which I am not about.
My parents never, like, my mom read one book to us when we were little about how women get pregnant, and that was the end. That was the extent of my sex talk.
Well, mine I think happened like way too early because my mom was a science teacher, biology. And she was, I guess, told or whatever by other staff that you should have a talk with your kid like early because it's all scientific and biological. So I think I had like the very like detailed description of reproduction when I was like 5. And then from then on, Barbies were fucking. They were naked. It was just the whole orgy.
Oh, yeah. My Barbies were fucking
threesome. Too. It was just mayhem. Mayhem.
I think I have overcompensated with my boys now. Oh. And specifically the older one. And as he's getting into middle school, like talking about masturbation and what that means. And if you're going to do it, can you do it in the bathroom?
Do you talk to him about it? Does Nate talk to him about it?
Nate will be there, but like it's mostly me leading the conversation. Yeah. And it gets to the point, I think I just, again, overcompensate where he's like, my son will be like, please stop. Like,
stop. Yeah.
I know. Leave me alone.
He's
like,
got the ick.
Yes. There's going to be therapy later in life.
I try to address it in a very like roundabout way. Like, hey, the shower's been running now for 35 minutes. I don't want to pay for all this water. Can you please like wrap this shit up faster?
At least,
like, come on.
We're doing it in the bathroom. Right? Like that was, I don't want to
hose it down.
I don't want to wash ashy sheets
or crunchy socks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ew. Okay. Women 45 to 64 are the most likely to own sex toys. Fascinating. Yeah. So, 45 to 65. Again, I think that maturity, comfortability, looking to enhance.
Cost.
More disposable income. Yeah. Can afford finer things in life. Right. So older women are using toys regularly. In a study of women 60 and older, more than 56% reported using sex toys during masturbation, with vibrators being the most common. Yeah, I'd say that's absolutely. Yeah.
Like, I wonder if part of that is men at a certain age have ED.
Yeah.
And so she still has needs.
Yeah. I mean, I think that comes into play with hormones for men and women starting like in midlife, right? Yeah. Hormones dip, sex drive dip, like for me, whatever. I mean, it changes as you get older. Yeah. Not that you don't want it. It's just sometimes the finish line's a little further out.
You got to run that extra mile.
Yeah, you got to get off it
with your weighted vest.
With my weighted vest, which is actually myself.
It's your big boobs.
Sex toys are a huge and growing industry, as we know. The global sex toy market was valued at over $40 billion and is expected to roughly double by 2030. I think that could even like increase beyond that because everyone's so much more solitary, right?
Isolated. These days.
Yes. Like fascinating studies about how younger generations aren't interacting like in person anymore. Yeah. It's all behind screens. And as part of that, you're more insular in your home, your space, right? So that absolutely makes sense.
I think part of it is also, there's a lot of dating apps and people aren't like out in the wild meeting each other anymore. And so if you're on a dating app and you're having a good conversation, but like you're not at the point where you're actually hooking up yet.
Right.
Yeah. Like why?
Which I think is okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Like,
I mean, that's kind of the way to go. Safe and
Totally. And so why wouldn't you? If you're, a little hot and bothered from your sexy convo, your sexy text.
Let's tee it up.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. So of that, 72% of global sex toy revenue comes from products designed for women. Isn't that funny? So 72%.
That makes sense.
So it's women buying for themselves and men buying for women.
Yeah. So I 100% believe that.
Yeah. Okay. I guess maybe I thought there might be more bought for men for themselves.
I don't know because I think men also like to watch. Well, I guess are we talking like men and men? Or are you talking about
men solo? Like, no, I don't know. No,
I don't think I wouldn't have guessed that. But I mean, we did learn at our
we did.
Field trip that I would be wrong.
Thank you, Nisha.
Yes, but I wouldn't have guessed that before now.
All right, Lindsay, we've got some 5 funny and inspiring, or not inspiring, surprising sex stats about married couples.
Can we get to our field trip though?
Okay.
It's so good.
Okay.
And then we'll
end
with our...
Okay, let's do it. Bring it. Okay, tee it up, girl.
All right. So first impressions, walking in, like I think both of us were kind of nervous if they would even be open to talking to us.
Right. And that was part of it too, just the intimidation of, okay, we're going to walk in. Are there going to be other people there? Are they going to feel comfortable with us asking questions and being more, I guess, investigative, not so much, personal shopping, right?
Yeah.
Or would they be offended that we're going in there as a podcast and just trying to learn and get information? But that was,
or shocked that we don't know what we don't know.
Right.
Like, how are you guys fucking idiots? Like,
right. And we were blown away. They were so nice and welcoming and just easy to talk to. And they were like, hell yeah, podcast? Hold on. Let me get myself fixed up.
Absolutely. And I feel like they were really excited to share their knowledge and like, just all the options out there, and even beyond us, like doing it in a kind of podcast investigative manner. I feel like Nisha would have done that for anybody.
Yo, totally.
Yeah.
We just were really engaged. We asked a lot of questions. We probably spent a lot more time in there than your average customer. We were there for an hour.
Yeah.
Going through every aisle and category, which was fascinating. Uh-huh. But I think maybe we might have been like the only customers that have spent that kind of time, like truly learning about it. And she was a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah. Okay. So things that surprised me were, she said that they have a very large like LGBTQ community.
Mm-hmm. That doesn't surprise me at all.
No?
That surprised you?
Yeah. I don't know why.
Really? No, that doesn't. I thought it might be half, like half hetero and half, LGBTQ.
I was surprised the amount of time she spent talking about like all the nuance around lube.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
Shocking.
Categories and categories of it, and the differences between like water-based and silicone and like your own personal hydration level and how that influences it. That was what was fascinating to me. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, like there's a dehydration factor, which makes total sense.
100%.
Like, so if you're getting dehydrated and things are kind of getting sticky, then like
drink some water.
Yeah, we're like, that was fascinating. Great tip.
Absolutely. And then like talking about how specifically around lube, like you need to go in with a clean slate. Like she's like, if you go in from a full day of work and then you try and put lube on, like you've already got a bunch of things going on down there. Like you need to shower off. And then start fresh because otherwise it mixes and
you don't get the right like consistency.
Right. the effects and all that stuff changed completely. So that was fascinating.
One thing on that same topic too that fascinated me that was so cool was that one of the best suppliers they have is a local guy.
Yeah.
It's his local business. He has his own special formulation and his whole brand.
Yep.
And they say it's a great seller. And I was like, wow, that's so cool. Buy local.
Right.
buy Lube local. I didn't even think that was a thing. I'm just thinking it's like mass produced somewhere in some, dark warehouse. No, little Colorado. Yeah.
Promote your lube guy.
Buy weed and buy lube.
I mean, the customer service alone was unbelievable. She has, so Nisha was the manager, and then she's got 2 colleagues that work with her. And one of them was on her day off, just in there because she loves the business. She loves the people. She just like wanted to come in and hang out. And I was like, that is, I mean, it's kind of a throwback to us working together in really awful environments, but we stayed because we loved working together.
Yeah. And then the other associate was just hired. He was brand new. He was day one, the day before. So it was kind of education for all of us. So it was on the job training.
Yeah. And the other one, like, knew me by nickname, like first name. Oh, Lindsay, this is the one you bought last time. Damn it. Come on.
Oh, I was supposed to act surprised. Yeah. So, it was nice to see. And maybe that's just not the dynamic of every store like that. I mean, I imagine the ones that you see like on the roadside out in the middle of nowhere, not that dynamic at all. But it was very like reassuring to come in and have people that treat you like it was no different going in there than it was like buying shoes. Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. They were friendly. They made me feel very comfortable.
Mm-hmm. No question was stupid. No question was like, oh, you should know this. Or she didn't flex like all of her expertise. So you didn't feel dumb. Like, well, why does it have a rose on it? What's that?
Yeah. Like which hole does that one go in? So she walked us through the toys. And again, like there's just so much out there. But she was talking to us about some of these remote toys, which I was like, okay, that makes sense. Like you can have a fun like date night and like kind of turn them on and off and have a little fun there. But she was saying like a lot of couples that travel a lot, they get these for each other. So even when they're distant, they can still like play around and
which is I think is a great idea for traveling couples. That's hot and awesome.
Yeah, and then the penis that you could mold your own dildo.
I had flashbacks being my Gen X self to Ghost, where they're like doing the pottery wheel. Like, are they molding it together? And it's very romantic. And you hear,
it's just his wiener.
And you hear the music in the background. It's very like touching.
Oh, I'm gonna put that Ghost soundtrack on the background of this episode.
That's totally what I thought. I'm like, what if they were molding a penis? Would you get the same?
I didn't go there. I went of like, remember when you had the pregnant belly and then you did
the cast. Did you do that?
No.
Oh, hell no, I didn't.
I should have. I regret not.
But we didn't have that back then, especially on an island when I was pregnant.
Yeah,
it was limited resources.
Okay, there are other things that surprised me was she told us that she's expanding her male section, which is male pleasure specifically for themselves. And there was so many funny toys. Like there's one that was a shark that the men use to jack off, but it's shaped like a shark, like
or like there was one that was like a dinosaur. So I wasn't quite sure if like the dinosaur goes on and you're just like, oh, like it's your little Land of the Lost, like Jurassic Park, or if the
Jurassic penis.
For some, yes, it is a Jurassic penis, or if the actual like dinosaur does the diving. Like, does it go in?
Oh, that's what I thought.
I was like, that's a lot of like friction and like.
I know. The shark had teeth.
Yeah, well, the dinosaur was very like scaly. So anyway, so that was interesting.
Was it a T-Rex? What do the little arms do?
Yeah, T-Rex arms. Because I can't reach your claw. That's the problem. It's not me. It's my arms.
Yeah, but I think some of our stats kind of prove that I was shocked. I think it's a much smaller market, but it's growing. Like
which was awesome. And she's like, we're re-merchandising. So, harkening back to my retail days, I'm like, oh, so you're going to like re-merchandise this and you're going to sell through this inventory here.
What do your POS stands look like?
Yeah. Do you need some racks? What's your call to action? Do you have shelf tags?
We need a QR code.
A shop and shop. Right. So,
field sales needs to be there.
But I was like, oh, wow, I could do some marketing here. I mean, just from like a pure like, CPG category.
Yeah, you can't turn that brain off.
I want to maximize the retail space.
She did tell us, this was surprising, that she does have swinger couples that come in. Mm-hmm. And they buy for each other based on kind of like what their
group dynamic.
The
group vote.
Yeah. And she was like, no, and again, I was kind of probing, asking, well, wrong use of word, but
appropriate.
I was asking her, like, was it uncomfortable for you? And she was like, oh, hell no. Like, this was, she loves it. She's like, I want everyone to enjoy sex. It doesn't matter who you are, what you're into. She's like, no, I love it.
Yeah. And I just, again, I wish we could just like give her name to anyone who's curious and just call her and have her walk you through it because she was fabulous. One thing that was surprising to me, which made total sense, was, again, going back to retail space, they had so much retail space dedicated to magazines.
Oh, yeah.
And I was so, because again,
and DVDs.
Right. And magazines to me, I thought was kind of like going the way of print media. It's just not our culture and not how we consume media anymore, right? It's all digital. But she said that the older generations don't use media the same that the younger ones do. And so they still have a strong base of customers that want print. And I'm like, I kind of get that. They probably have the same ones, reading the newspaper, at the coffee shop too, which I'm like, oh, that makes sense. But I mean, it was like racks of this.
Oh yeah. Well, and she told a story about how.
Oh yeah, that was so cool.
Yeah, she had a Playboy bunny in the 80s. She had several copies of her episode, like her edition issue, whatever. And so she reached out to Nisha and was like, "Hey, do you think you could sell these at your shop? Like, I don't need them anymore." And so she put them out, and this one older gentleman specifically bought them all up. Was so excited.
Yeah, because it was like reminding him of like his youth,
the good old days.
Which was so cool. I thought that was a really cool story. I really like that.
I kind of also want to see what an 80s Playboy looks like.
Dude, okay, so when I was married, first husband, we got Playboy monthly because
what?
Yeah.
Why?
The articles are fucking great.
No.
Seriously. I mean, okay, yeah, so you have the TNA and the pictures and stuff, but honestly, the articles in Playboy are so interesting.
What are they about? Sex?
No, it's just like lifestyle stuff and really like investigative journalism. I mean, really good articles.
Is this how first husband got you on board with paying for a subscription to Playboy?
Possibly. But I really enjoyed it. I honestly read it cover to cover. And I'm like, oh, the new one's in. Can I have it first,
please? And it's in the black bag.
Yeah, it was. It was. Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's funny. Yeah, and the DVDs. Like, who has a DVD player?
I know.
Do you?
Well, I have a CD player in my new car. Maybe I could just do the audio with the top down.
That'd be so funny.
Just cruise down.
Harder.
Stoplight.
Fupa badge.
I've hit every red. Darn it.
You're just going around the roundabout over and over.
Okay. Field trip up and coming.
Yeah,
let's just flag that.
That needs to happen. There are a ton of their spaces dedicated to like the lingerie and clothes and heels. Like
a lot.
So much. Do you do lingerie?
I have some. Yeah, I do. I think that's where like you don't really know where to like shop for it. I mean, online, there's things online, whatever, but to go there and see the whole array would be kind of nice.
Yeah.
Like to just see what are my options in person. I can actually like have someone say, oh, this is another fascinating tip, that some of the brands they have actually like pull and like push you up. It's kind of like the Spanx of lingerie. So it like enhances all your curves and all your parts that you want enhanced, and it kind of sucks in the other stuff. I was like, that's fucking awesome.
It was amazing. She said, she's like, don't let the sizing scare you. She said basically, like based on your shape, your figure, you buy the lingerie because it is, again, space.
Yeah,
which I fit.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Because of course, if you're wearing lingerie, you want to feel good about yourself. I think that's the hard part with lingerie. Is that you don't feel sexy in it.
Yeah, the lingerie, and she did mention that she's got escorts and dancers that come in and buy
their shoes.
Yep.
Yeah. So again, I didn't even think of that. Like, where do the dancers come in and buy the loosite heels?
Right. I mean, I would have thought online, but again,
but then you have. Oh, the size doesn't fit. I mean, the big size. You try them on.
Yeah. I met this couple who created a whole line of sexy socks because there has been studies shown that humans enjoy sex more if they have socks on.
Really?
Yeah. And so like they're local and they are doing really well.
Are they sexy socks? Or are they comfortable socks?
They're sexy socks, but like just having your feet covered apparently makes you more comfy and feel safe.
I would like that if I was in need of a pedicure. Like when I have a fresh pedi, like I don't want socks on.
I think it's gross to have socks on during sex.
Yeah, it just feels very homely. Like
it's weird. But like me, I don't know. Like if they were like cute, I don't know.
I don't know.
But apparently people are buying them up. Yeah. So things to think about. What else surprised you? There's no theater. I expected there to be a theater.
Yeah, she was thinking it was like the back room. I'm like, no, this is like, like, a professional business. It's not the Book Hunter. What was it? No, that's Hunt Club.
Ranch.
The Book Ranch.
Book
Ranch was the film place. And the Hunt Club was the old strip place in town. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I was fascinated with just the number of brands and varieties of all of like the products, like not just the toys, but the products themselves of the enhancements, of the liquid stuff, of all the things.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, there were like hundreds and hundreds of varieties.
Yeah.
Which was fascinating.
And it was cool because when we were talking to Nisha and like we're asking why would somebody use this one and not this one, you know, and she could give a very educated reason. Like, well, some people like more of the external stimulation versus internal. I know, so some people want less vibration and more like girth or, you know, whatever it was. But she knew all this. And so, and she was like, that's why I want people to come in and talk to me about it, because I ask questions and I can find the right fit for you.
Right. And so we asked, so if someone was coming in as a noob the first time, very intimidated, like what would you suggest for them, and like how would you walk them through that process? And very like professional, give great explanation. Just start here and then start to talk about like the kind of stimulation you're looking for, and then start small and build up. Don't go into the fast lane if you're like the new driver. Don't hit the highest power button on whatever. And she also recommended rechargeable. Always get that as a new person too. But I think any person needs rechargeable. Yeah. Right? Why my batteries?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. No. Yeah. There was a very large section on anal.
Yeah.
And for both men and women, like that was surprising. And she's very educated on how you actually use the toys.
Yeah. So the whole process of, like that was a whole education. That was a whole little chapter. Also, what was interesting were all the big units in the back of like the booty butts.
Oh my gosh.
Like
the dolls?
There was like the blow up dolls. There was like doll heads. And there was like large butts.
And the butts were different shapes. Like if you want it doggy style versus a lap dance.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like a whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, where do you store said butt in your house?
Great question. How do you clean said butt?
Dishwasher.
Imagine being the cleaners unloading.
Oh my God, I have the funniest story. And so a coworker of Lindsey and mine went into real estate, and she had the best story years ago that she was taking some clients through an open house, or it was a showing, I should say. And I think that the couple was getting divorced, or there was some type of like dynamic between. The one cleaned the house, staged it, and then left the dildos hanging on the towel rack in the bathroom. And like the whole array. Yeah. So then she walks in with her client who's like older, and it was the whole like jungle gym of stuff in the bathroom.
Well, and what we learned though is that the olds they're into it. They are. It might have been a selling point.
She like, does this come with is this a closing deal?
Can we add this in the contract? Yeah. Okay. Would you, because you're mostly an online person, would you now feel comfy going in? Would you rather still buy online, or would you feel comfy and better about going into a store, specifically Dr. John's?
I would go in, I think 50-50. I think buy online, convenience, but going in with your partner or a girlfriend. Because I think having you there, like if I went and did the podcast myself or just whatever, it would have not been the same experience.
You'd be so awkward.
I would be so awkward. But it was fun going in with you because we're two girlfriends, and you have questions, I have questions and stuff. And so
different experiences.
Feed off each other. Yep. So I would definitely recommend, as a first-time person, going in with a buddy system. Yeah. Right? It definitely helps, I think, break down the fear factor. And also, I think you get more out of the experience with someone else.
Yeah. And this was actually something else that she said, which I think would be really fun, is that a lot of couples will go out to dinner, go have some cocktails, and then kind of end their night at Dr. John's and pick something out for their, the grand finale.
On the way home.
Yeah.
And so we asked also, too, like, if you're coming in during the day, like, is there like a slow time to come in where there's like less of a chance of running into other people? And she said, not really so much? No.
She said a lot of people like to come in later in the evening because they've got music and it's fun.
They like the music there and stuff. And so that was kind of like it was like a nightcap.
Yeah. That's my summary, is like, I totally could see Nate and I going, like, making it kind of part of a date night.
Right.
And
that'd be that would be fun.
Yeah. But online still for convenience. Mm-hmm. So we highly recommend it. You get 2 thumbs up from Shaken and Unfiltered.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So let's end a few funny married couple sex stats, and then we'll get into bubble up, bubble down.
Yes.
All right. Married couples have sex about 54 times a year. Research from the General Social Survey found that married couples average 54 times, roughly only once a week.
I think that changes during different stages of your life.
I would agree.
With little kids at home, you're lucky to like find one time a week, right? And
also if you're like trying to build your career and you're both working late, or
I think 20s obviously a lot more, and I think older too when you have more time too.
Yes. Yeah. And you don't have kids banging on your door asking for a cup of milk. Mommy's getting a cup of milk. Couples who talk about sex are happier.
Yeah, I think so too. Again, communication and being comfortable, and
that doesn't surprise me.
Nope.
Trying new things improves relationship satisfaction. Yeah.
I think that's across the board in anything.
Yeah.
It's travel, adventure, experiences at home, in the bedroom, whatever.
You don't want to just get burnout and same old.
And you're putting in effort, right? That's huge.
Yeah, keep it spicy. About 60% of married couples say their sex life improves with age.
Yes.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And then couples who laugh together have better sex lives.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I think there's oftentimes...
It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah. And sex can be really funny.
Yes.
Like the noises that happen. Oh, boy.
Yes.
Okay, so bubble up, bubble down.
Oh, before we do that, we have a little surprise for our viewers.
Oh, yeah.
So we got a little party favor from our field trip that we'll be doing a contest online when our episode goes live, a giveaway for a gift card. So we'll figure out the parameters for it. Yep. It will be private. You can DM us.
Yes.
So you don't have to like out yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to do a little contest for a gift card.
Gift card to Dr. John's. Yep. So you can do a little date night and end it with your partner or with your girlfriends or whatever you want to do, and go pick out some fun and think of us when you're using it.
Or not if that's the soft off.
I haven't even thought. Okay, you go first on bubble up, bubble down because I haven't even thought of mine.
I don't know. Okay, mine are really boring. This is the really spicy episode, so everything I say now is like super flat. Bubble down is the fucking horrific wind we've had all week. It's made me so anxious and so agitated. Like everything's been tossed in the yard. It's
Weather's been awful.
Yeah. Just maddening. Bubble up would be that we're heading to spring break. Yes, and a chance to like exhale, and it's supposed to be warm next week, like in the 80s.
And the wind's not supposed to exist
like nicer. So that's a very mild bubble up, bubble down, but
no, it's good. We'll
balance it with a spice.
Yeah. Okay, mine, I'll kind of piggyback. My bubble up is I have been stressing about summer break with the kids. Only because in the past when I've been working full time, like I always had like camp plans for them and like had everything scheduled out. This year, since my schedule is a lot more flexible, and I do, now that they're older, it's more fun to hang out with them more and not just ship them off to day camp, right? And so I've kind of been like thinking about things we could do, and my biggest fear is just sitting, being at home and then them asking 1,000 times, when do we do screens? When and then also like them just going and playing with their friends, which is great. But I also like really, since I have the flexibility, I want to be home with them now. Like I want some quality time together, and summer's the time to do that. So I just booked a month for us to go to Costa Rica.
You did?
Yeah.
That's a huge bubble up.
I know. And so and I told the boys and they got so excited. It'll be just me and the boys for the first couple weeks. And then Nate's going to come out and spend the last couple weeks with us. But I just look forward to, like, we already talked about, we need to go find that waterfall. Like, because we've been there before, but the kids are like, I can't wait, we gotta go find that waterfall, and then I hope like those French friends that we had last time are still living there, and so we can play.
Fun.
Yeah, I like
that's awesome. So your big bubble up is you're going to Costa Rica for a month. Mine was just like the weather's getting warmer. Like, again, my age.
Well, talk to me like 3 days into my Costa Rica trip, and it might be my
screen time for everyone. Yeah.
My bubble down. I think like just lately my body's been failing me. I just with workouts, and I've been getting pulled muscles and sore, and my 90-day challenge is not going well. I know. So yeah, I think I just I want my body to be back in my 20s.
You need a spring break. You need a little rejuvenation.
Think so. Yeah, just like take a beat and
be active, but don't
right, just reset.
Hard.
Yeah, let her have some time.
Yes, I get that.
All right, thanks for hanging out with us today on Shaken and Unfiltered. Don't forget to follow the podcast wherever you listen so you never miss an episode. We'd love for you to like, share, and drop a comment on our socials. You can find us at Shaken Unfiltered. And if you want more fun, head over to our YouTube channel for drink demos, extended podcast content. Until next time, keep it shaken and always unfiltered.
And don't forget our contest coming up.
And we are going to post some videos of our trip to the Dr. Don shop. So you'll definitely want to go over to the YouTube channel so you can see this.
Check it out. Yep. All right. Cheers. Have a great spring break.
We also have our orgasmic. Now this is cool, okay? So with this, you'll take a shower, you'll put it, if you're a guy, you'll put it on your penis. If you're a girl, you put it on your clitoris a little bit. And it's before you go out. Every time you dance with a guy, you're going to have an orgasm. Every time you on him, he's going to have an orgasm.
We'll take 2 of those.
Yep. And we do have lubricant for our creature cocks as well. We do have elderly couples that come in there and buy strap-ons, and the guy that's where the most comfortable ones come in, where they have that extra padding. So if they do put it on and stuff like that, and they do put a dildo in there, it won't hurt them when they're using the dildo. Yes, so that's our anal section. We do have our light up foxtail We got our anal beads at the bottom. Anal beads are good to work with because you can start off small, then you can go further and further. When you're starting with anal, it's levels to it. Okay. So we do have our douches because you're gonna need it. My customers are characters. They come in quiet.
The whole spectrum, right?
Like, I wouldn't say, and we stay open until 1 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. No, it's actually pretty cool. They love the music. Oh, nice. I have the couples that come in after just having drinks, tacos, going to the club. There we go.
You've been listening to Shaken and Unfiltered with Jen and Lindsey. Catch every episode wherever you get your podcasts and join in the conversation on social at Shaken Unfiltered. For strong drinks and stronger opinions, we'll see you next round. Cheers!